This YouTube expert helped Red Bull hit 80 million views on a single video. That's 10 times more than Red Bull's average. So yeah, this guy knows his stuff. And not only that, but he documented the entire process of how he did it on Twitter. Twix. From how he came up with a viral idea, to the exact title and thumbnail strategy, right through to a masterful retention hack he used to make it impossible to click away from the video. So we want to share with you each of the strategies this expert used. And then we're going to expand on them, showing you how they work and why, so that you can apply them to your next video. Paddy Galloway is one of the most respected YouTube strategists on the planet. He's worked with big creators like Mr. Beast, Jessa, Red Bull. The list is already endless. And he's helped strategize over 10 billion views for his YouTube clients. But we're not talking about just consultation here. Paddy has created many viral hit videos himself on his own channel, which we're a bit jealous about, to be honest. So when Paddy talks about how to get 80 million views on a single video, it's time to put away those distractions and get ready with a notebook, or note tablet, or phone, or however you want to jot all of this down. Now, you may have heard of this first strategy before, come up with a good idea, but have you seen it broken down like this? It's a set of 5 principles that Paddy uses to dramatically increase the chances of any one of the videos he helps with going viral. Now, the reason these principles exist is so that the video idea goes through a filtration system. It stops you from investing time, money, and energy into a bad video idea. In fact, if you turn these principles into questions, this can be a really good way to pre-screen the videos. So let's break down how each of these questions work. Did I draw that right, editor?
Are you sure about that?
The first question is, does the idea appeal to all 3 audiences? And those are the casual audience, the core audience, and new audiences. The core audience is your loyal fans. It doesn't matter whether they're subscribed or not. The moment they see one of your videos, they're going to watch it. The casual audience is just that. People who watch your videos here and there. They're probably more interested in the specific value of the video rather than you as a creator. And then of course we have new audiences, people who've never come across your content before. Now, when you make a video that resonates across all 3 audiences, that is, you get engagement all across the board, and the algorithm is going to make that video more discoverable. Now, the Red Bull video is a great example of all of this. It's a challenge style video comparing the world's fastest camera drone to an F1 car. This not only appeals to the core and casual audience of Red Bull, but also to new viewers scrolling through YouTube who are caught up by the curiosity of this video idea. So before you start your next video, put yourself in the shoes of each audience type and ask yourself this. If this video showed up on my homepage, would I click on it? If the answer is yes, then you can move on to the next filter question. Is the video idea easy and simple to turn into a thumbnail? If it isn't, then scrap it and move on. This is because the packaging isn't going to be able to deliver the video's core message. And you've seen thumbnails and titles that are unclear, right? You're just not going to click on them. And again, this is where the Red Bull example shines. The idea is so simple to its core that the thumbnail basically makes itself. And admit it, you've had those moments of thumbnail clarity before, haven't you? Once in a while, the thumbnail just comes at you in an instant. And when it does, that video usually performs pretty well, doesn't it? You see where we're going with this, right? But as we move on to the next question, this is where things get a little more challenging, because you've got to ask yourself whether this video idea is unique and novel. As we all know, there's a lot of competition on YouTube. As a result, mediocre ideas, or ideas that have been used far too frequently recently, are likely to underperform. Your idea must have some element of the unexpected, catch the viewer off guard, so to speak. In the Red Bull video, the unique new element is the world's fastest camera drone. It's likely that no one has ever seen these 2 powerful types of machines go head to head, so it creates a large amount of curiosity. It makes people click. Now, if the video has passed all of these questions with a check mark, we can start to stack success onto the idea. And we do that by asking ourselves, does it combine 1 or more viral formats? In the case of the Red Bull video, it uses 2 formats that are known to go viral time and time again. First, we have the challenge style format, which is where the video is based around overcoming some unique and big challenge. And secondly, we have celebrity association, which in this case is Max Verstappen, a 3-time world champion F1 driver. By combining these viral formats, Paddy was basically doubling the chance of a video performing really well, which it did. It captured attention because Max is one of the biggest racing celebrities in the world, and it also followed a viral video structure, which we're going to break down step by step a little later on. So when coming up with video ideas, look for viral formats that are known to perform well in your niche and try combining them. And now we move on to the final principle/question, which is this. Do friends and peers get excited when you share the idea with them? What you're looking for is genuine buzz and excitement. And you want this from friends and peers because they're genuinely invested in you, they care about you, which is why it might not be the best idea to share this everywhere. For example, if you share your video ideas in the community tab of your YouTube channel, you may get overly positive or overly negative reactions. Usually the community just says, yes, give me more stuff. So share your ideas with a small mastermind group of friends or creators, especially if they're in the same niche as you. It should be a safe space where constructive criticism is welcomed because those friends and creators would expect exactly the same thing from you when they share their ideas. And that's exactly what we've created here at vidIQ. Our Boost plan gives you access to our exclusive, tight-knit community of YouTubers who actually want to see you succeed. We have rooms for all sorts of things where you'll be able to get fast feedback from other creators on things like video ideas, thumbnails, and anything else YouTube related. And today we're going to help you get access to that community on the cheap, with just a single $1. The link in the description will not only open the doors to that exclusive community, but give you unlimited access to all of our vidIQ tools, including daily ideas, keyword research, and optimizing your videos. I think that's a pretty good deal if you don't mind me saying so. Alright, so if by this point your video idea has survived all of these 5 tough questions, then it's a good sign that your video has a chance with the YouTube gods. In fact, it's pretty safe to say that if you only followed this part of Paddy's viral strategy, then you'd already be miles ahead of most small creators on YouTube. Because the truth is, none of these creators are asking these tough questions before they start their videos. But the exciting thing is, this is only part 1. Because now that the viral video idea has approval, we need to package it. If you study the cream of the crop, the top 1% of YouTubers, you'll find that they follow the same packaging strategy. They don't reinvent the wheel every time they make a video, coming up with a completely fresh title and thumbnail idea. Instead, they take inspiration from viral ideas already out on YouTube and make them better. For example, these are 2 examples Paddy used as inspiration to create this thumbnail. The proof was there, these videos had already gone viral, so all Paddy had to do was find ways to improve upon them. And when you compare these side by side, you can clearly see which one is more interesting and engaging. But why exactly did this title and thumbnail drive... Go on, editor, give me a badumtish for that. Cheers. Yeah, why did it drive so many clicks? Well, first of all, 2 words, world's fastest. It's a proven attention grabber. It adds weight and importance to the title, and it's been used in multiple other videos that are proven to go viral. Take a look at these, for example. Paddy knows that these 2 words are incredibly powerful, and it gets people's attention. Next is the fact that a drone versus an F1 supercar is a weird and unlikely comparison. This creates what I like to call shock value. It adds an element of surprise and curiosity. And let's be honest, this is really hard to replicate. Who else has access to an F1 supercar? Another great example of this is one of Mark Rober's videos, Car versus World's Strongest Trampoline. This weird comparison immediately starts producing images of a car flying in the air, and it makes you want to watch the video. The final thing the title does is tease an exciting story. The blank versus blank format naturally creates a story arc by setting up conflict and competition. The moment you see the title and a thumbnail, you're already making a snap call. I think that's gonna win. As well as pondering the question, can a drone really go that fast? All of which contributes to making the viewer want to click. These 4 elements helps Paddy create a title that even by itself generates curiosity and intrigue. But to complete the packaging, you've got to combine it with a perfect thumbnail. So let's take a look at how this 18 million viewed video did just that. First of all, that drone instantly grabs your attention. It's small, it's weird looking, and it also taps into a new trend. Drones are still relatively new technology, and high-speed ones are even more recent. And you know drones are agile, they're fast, but are they that fast? So when you put the F1 car and a drone side by side on a racetrack, it takes less than a second to know what's going on. You're probably thinking the drone has absolutely no shot of winning this race, but why would they pair them together? This video knows something we don't, and we're compelled to find out what it is. And that is all of the hard work done, right? Nah. Not by a long shot. What you've effectively done is got the viewer to the starting grid. Now you've got to convince them to watch the entire race. And this is where we're going to look at Paddy's genius retention formula. Everything you need to know about the formula can be found in this image, which is basically a drawing of a modified version of something called the 5-act structure. This is a well-known storytelling framework that's been used in Hollywood movies for a century. And today it's been adopted and adapted by the most viral YouTube videos on the platform. Now what Paddy's done is taken 3 of the most important parts of of this structure and created his own hybrid version. So let's break down how he did this in his own video so that you can apply it to yours. The first stage is the exposition. This can also be called the hook, but basically what you're doing is selling the story of the video. And how you do that is by grabbing the viewer's attention in the first few seconds and then setting up the rest of the video.
Is that the fastest camera drone in the world? Do you think that can keep up with me around the lap in an F1 car? I think that can be one of the best F1 shots ever.
Notice how Paddy starts with Mac's reaction to the speed of the drone, and then he sets down a challenge. Suddenly, everything has been flipped on its head. The drone is now in control, and it's now a question of whether or not Max can keep up. And did you notice a subtle but powerful hook technique that was used? You hear the drone first. There's a delayed payoff before you see how fast it actually is. That is quite a lot to take in such a short amount of time, isn't it? And it's got you hooked. And so the next step is the rising action. To create this sense of rising action, we need to introduce a problem that's going to be overcome. In this video, it's when the drone beats the F1 car in a drag race. Not only does this first race deliver an early payoff to the video, but it sets up the big challenge. And that's basically if a drone can do corners and keep up with an F1 car through an entire lap. Paddy also talked about this big action scene at the beginning of the video, the wow moment. It's high stakes, it's high emotion, it pays off the viewer's expectations early on in the video. We're only just getting started. Another wow moment that happens before the climax is the test flight. What Paddy's doing here is re-engaging with the viewer so they don't click away. But as we said earlier, this is rising action, and these wow moments can't exceed the climax. They're more teasers of what to come, and they're pretty spectacular in their own right. So now, finally, we come to the climax. Obviously, it's the most exciting part of the story. This is where the big problem is finally resolved and the tension, the anticipation in the viewer is finally released. The drone and the F1 car are finally going head to head to see whether the team succeeded or failed. The climax is crucial because it delivers a payoff that was promised at the very beginning in the title and the thumbnail. It's what the viewers have been waiting for. The anticipation, the tension, it all comes to a head, and the outcome of the race provides a satisfying resolution to the story and gives the viewer a sense of closure. But for you, this is merely the beginning, because you'll want to learn more about that 5-act story structure that's working so well on YouTube for so many creators. And it just so happens we've made a dedicated video about it, with examples and how you can apply it to your next video.